recap. And as you can see by if you watched yesterday's, I just realized that that's a bit of a slant, but nonetheless, yesterday we did some kettlebells. So I'm going to continue the theme throughout the week, trying to primarily focus on kettlebells at least 3 days of those, just to simply show you that they are a versatile piece of equipment. And that most of the stuff that we do with these, we can mimic at home with a sandbag / power bag or a rucksack, i.e. a backpack with some weight in it. Right, so today we're going for a triplet, meaning that we're doing 3 movements. This is more, let's say, endurance, because I want you to go a little bit lighter than weight. Yesterday we went with a pair of 24s, we're down to a pair of 20. So yesterday was a single 24, but it was what we call unilateral, all one sided. This time we're going for a pair of 20s, yet the total weight is higher, but I've now got them both going at the same time. And we're going to do 3 movements. The first movement is going to be something involving a front rack for 12 reps. So I chose a squat, then a lunge variation. Okay. The second one we're going to go into, it's a form of a row or a bent over row, and I'll show you some of the variations that we did there. And that is going to be for 15 reps, and then finally the one that will stay the same is push-ups on the kettlebells. Now if you're not a fan of those, just do push-ups on the floor. But we're using the kettlebells for one specific reason, and we'll go through that in a minute. So let's just get into the movements. First of all, picking up the kettlebells into what's called the front rack position. Okay? Now the first movement is only 12 reps. So this may cut my head off, but basically into my front rack, and I like to bring my hands together. So, option 1, a squat. Okay? Option 2, a reverse lunge. Okay? Option 3, into a split lunge, squat. They are the 3 options that I chose to alternate each round for a set of 12. When I'm doing front rack squats, it is 12. When I'm doing the step backs, it is 12 each leg. Step back, step together. Step back, step together. Okay? When I'm in the split lunge, it is 6, change, and 6, simply because it's a similar workload in terms of both legs are loaded, whereas in the reverse or the step back lunges, one guy, primarily the stepping back leg, is doing the bulk of the work, so therefore we're doubling up on the volume on that one. Now you can do rise and fall, split it up, but either way you're going to do a total of 12. Second movement is a row. You can come into the variations that I did, which is a double arm bent over row. So from here into that gorilla position, we might also call it a gorilla row. 1, 2. You may go into an alternating gorilla row, pick them both up, or if you have to, if you're not strong enough, leave one on the floor, pick them both up. 1, 2. So it's like a pendulum or a piston style press. The third one, I simply push one kettlebell a little bit further forward, and your typical single arm bent over row. 1, 2, and therefore I did 15 on one arm, 15 on the other. If it's double hand, 1, 2. If it's single hand, 1, 2. Same with 1, 2. Obviously, and that's the case, you'll do 30 reps in total, or 15 each arm. Final movement is a push-up, simply on the kettlebell. The whole idea of this, there are 2 things for me in this. One, I'm trying to get a bit of a deficit. In other words, I'm trying to let my chest come a little bit lower than where my hands, which is obviously something you can't do on the floor unless you have a pit. So therefore, kettlebells are in. They're a little bit wider than what I would normally do my push-ups. I normally do my push-ups in here, nice and close. So I've got to go wider to allow for the range and let my chest come through. So starting off, 1, 2. And these I'm not doing fast. I'm taking my time just like I did them there. If you can't do that, you'll come onto the floor. Okay? The other thing with these ones is what I'm looking at is I'm looking to try to focus on my arms. Let's see if I can get this over here. Let's take the mat out of the way. I'm trying to focus on keeping my forearm as vertical as possible, and therefore I'm bending through here, which means that yes, my head is going a bit further forward. So I'm trying to bend like this and getting it done. Why am I doing that? That's helping me build strength through my upper pec and my upper back for some calisthenic stuff that I wish to be able to do at some point. Again, old dog can still learn new tricks. So therefore, bring the kettlebells in. I'm sitting here, let's get the positioning right. And I'm coming a bit further forward. Forget my feet. 1, 2. And as you can see, I'm trying as much as possible to keep that parallel, so when I come down, my elbows are pointed to the air. It's going to let me come forward a little tiny bit. Now, if you're doing this at home, again, you can play with your variations. You can take your ruck, you can hold it here, you can even maybe place it on. But either way, your hands are here, hands are through the straps. Sandbag, you can also put your sandbag in the front rack. You can put your sandbag down low in bench row. You can also put your ruck in bench row. Just make sure that the ruck, the bottom is here and the head is there. If you've got a good quality ruck like I have from the guys at Go Ruck, it's got 2 handles on the side, one on the top and one on the bottom, that allows me to just shape and distribute the weights that I have inside to get the right motion. And again, when it comes to this, what you might be able to do is maybe just use the sandbag or the ruck in the middle and have one hand slightly elevated and get like a slight variation, one hand elevated. Let's say you do that for say 7 or 8 and then switch over and do the other side for 7 or 8. Simply change the stimulus, or just keep them straightforward push-ups. Now, one thing I haven't done is I'm going on to a finisher. That's my personal choice. This thing here was 6 rounds. So all up, we'll be going for over 30 minutes. It's about 4 to 5 minutes a round. I'm not racing this. I'm going sort of heavy-ish. I could race it and do it like a Metcon type stuff, or a simple X amount of rounds for time and go hard and fast. But I'm trying to focus on some strength development, so I'm going heavier and taking my time. I did a round, I looked at the clock, I took a sip of my electrolytes, I came back, I reset. At the 3rd or 4th round, I wanted a little bit more of a rest, so I took a longer rest, but no more than a minute between rounds. 30 seconds, 40 seconds or thereabouts. If you're going lighter and you feel like you've got it in you, do all 6 rounds back to back to back to back, get it done. Otherwise, slow and steady, strength bias, heavier kettlebells, that's it. I will jump on the erg, and I've got 1,000 meters for me to finish, simply because I've now done a lot of this. All right, I've had my head on the front rack position, I've been in a bent over row. I now want to just make sure that I bring my hands above my head. I'm not going to smash this row, I'm just going to get on it nice and steady, about a 2 minutes 30 split per 500. So therefore, that's an easy 5 minutes and my workout will be done. Yes, my heart rate will elevate, but that's the desired effect that I want for this particular workout. But more importantly, I want to get this range of motion going as compared to just a lot of this in the workout. That's it. My name is Dom. Please like, please subscribe, please tell a friend, want to know a bit more. This is just a sample of some of the stuff that we do within the programming, within. I've sort of started calling this the parent fitness trap, right? Because I'm 53, I'm not dead, I'm a parent, I've got 2 kids, I've got 2 dogs. I'm still living my life. I'm probably fitter now than I ever was, certainly in my 40s. So parents, this is for you. You don't have to smash it out. It's not about being a hero. It's not about taking your shirt off and running around and showing the one indentation of the 1 6-pack that you've got. Don't care about any of that. I just simply want you to be a little bit more athletic, a little bit stronger, and therefore aches and pains can go away, and more importantly, a little bit more anti-fragile. Don't let the shit that comes up every day get you bogged down. The workouts are written in such a way that they will challenge you and help you build up, to use the term, some grit, some anti-fragility, and go on and be a better parent. That's it. Simple, end of story. That's it. Peace out. Got my ski erg to do. And then for me, I've got a vanilla slice waiting. See, I'm not starving myself. I'm still enjoying my food, but I'm also not being a pig every damn day. Oink, oink. Catch you later.